Breaking news! Literary devices have invaded literature.
Well, maybe that's a bit of a hyperbole. Otherwise, let's get started with our literary
Boom! Ah! What's that noise?
Don't worry, it's just an onomatopoeia. What are onomatopoeias, you may ask?
Onomatopoeias are words that resemble or imitate a sound it describes.
For example, we roasted marshmallows over the crackling fire.
In this situation, crackling is the onomatopoeia that is being identified because it says the sound it's describing. Moving on to our next example, my cash register opened with a ka-ching.
Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Sounds like a superfluous amount of money.
Sure does!
Who's next on the chopping block?
Illusions. The response previously stated was an allusion to the cooking competition show, Chopped.
Illusions are a bit difficult to describe. Illusions are impressions that are designed to indirectly defer to something without mentioning it explicitly.
Since chocolate is quenching to my taste buds, I could say that chocolate is my Achilles heel. Although, you wouldn't understand this if you didn't know the stories of Achilles.
You're right, but I think it's about time for a punny joke.
Oh, I see what you did there. It's simply appealing. A pun is a joke that can have different meaning through a word or phrase.
Can you find the two meanings in this pun? I'm not fat, I'm just a little husky.
Typically, puns are literal or illiteral.
So I heard you're having a book challenge. What's the latest book you've read?
Well, I'm reading this book about anti-gravity, and it's impossible to put down.
I totally get it.
Did you know that Krispy Kreme takes Coca-Cola out of the kitchen with their coconut crisps?
No, I didn't. And pardon the interruption, but you just said an
alliteration. An alliteration is the occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of closely connected words.
Another example is, flowers flew fluently through the wind in the fall.
Are we almost done yet?
Almost, but that was a great oxymoron. An oxymoron is a figure of speech which is apparently contradictory terms appear in conjunction.
John sighed, remembering only bittersweet memories, like when he wandered lonely as a cloud over the valleys.
Hey, that's an example of pathetic fallacy. Pathetic fallacy is attributions of human feelings and responses to imitate things or animals, especially in art and literature.
The first rays of morning peeked nervously over the brow of the hill. The pathetic fallacy here is peeked nervously because it expresses human characteristics to an inanimate object.
And that concludes our lesson on literary devices.
Hope you learned something new.
Bye!
Created using Powtoon.